Hey, what's up everybody? BDF44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so the LA Lakers played the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight in Los Angeles at the Crow. Played last night, and I thought it was a pretty solid game for, the others on this team who were given the majority of the minutes. I thought we did a good job of just kind of giving THT superstar opportunities. Just give him 28 shots all game long. He was able to kind of be LeBron, be Westbrook, be AD out there, and just see what he looks like when given that type of usage. And what he came up with was 40 points. So I was very encouraged by that, especially given the fact that he's still kind of working his way back from some little knick-knack injuries and stuff like that. For him to not be 100% and to have that type of relentlessness driving at the rim and continuing to be physical, trying to get to the line, because that's really what got him all that he was able to accomplish was mostly just being absolutely and utterly aggressive and having the usage rate to do so. I've heard a lot of Laker fans say, where was all of this? No. Real basketball minds know exactly what was going on. THT's never getting 28 shots in a regular game with Russell Westbrook and LeBron James and Anthony Davis a part of it. It's never going to happen. He's not going to get that even if Russell Westbrook's a part of the situation. This is the only time that you're going to see THT be able to have this type of usage. If he had this type of usage every night, who knows who he would be. I don't know that he scores 40 every night, but I can tell you this. He's a lot better than we know him to be. That's just off of sheer usage, repetition, and practice. Those three things, if you can give those players enough usage, enough practice, and enough reps, anybody can get better at anything, I think. Now, how much better they get depends on who they are. But anybody can get better at anything if you do it enough times over and over and over and over again. And I think that's what the Lakers need to do in terms of these youngsters for the last two games. THT tonight, same thing. If he's up for it, give him that usage rate. If not, pick another player and give them that same usage rate. Maybe tonight can be Austin Reeves' night. Maybe Austin Reeves takes 20 shots tonight. I don't know if that's a winning recipe since his shot has been so terrible. But the point is, if you give him the ball and let him run the team as a point guard, I'm pretty sure you're going to have good results because of it. Fact of the matter is, I think Austin Reeves at his core is a point guard. I really do. I think THT to his core may be a point guard as well, but more so a ball in the hand kind of guy. I don't want him necessarily orchestrating the offense. But Austin, on the other hand, most definitely can orchestrate the offense. In fact, if I were the coach of the Lakers, I would be grooming him to be my backup point guard and starting shooting guard. That's what I would be doing. I would put the ball in his hands in every opportunity I could, and I would run things for him that I would be running for all the point guards. Have him in situations where he's starting the actions, putting up the little sign language that tells the plays. I want Austin Reeves to have that responsibility. Now, I know that you have to suggest that kind of stuff to the coach. I'm not in the coach's ear, so I'm not looking for that tonight. But I think that would be an excellent idea if the Lakers just allow THT and Austin Reeves to have more usage than ever before in these finals two games. And another thing is, I want him to up the minutes. I looked up and I saw Wenyen Gabriel only had 20-something minutes. No. These are golden opportunities for the Los Angeles Lakers to see what they have without LeBron James, without Anthony Davis, without Russell Westbrook. Because the fact of the matter is, here's the reality, Lakers. There's a chance that you're going to be running that team next year. Because what are the odds of LeBron getting hurt? Sky high. What are the odds of AD getting hurt? It's inevitable. And chances are Russell Westbrook will not be on this team. Hopefully we do a good job of trading him to somewhere that'll take him, hopefully Charlotte. So what does that mean? You're going to need to develop the players that I'm talking about. You're gonna literally be relying on THT and Austin Reeves next year more so than you did this season, because it's gonna be difficult for you to get talent to begin with. Yeah, you're gonna get some guys. The team's gonna look different. You're gonna have some guys, but those two players are gonna have bigger roles next season. That's just what it's gonna be. We don't have the assets to acquire all we need, so we're gonna need some of the guys who are here right now to play big roles. That's not even something we have to wonder about. This is how it works when you don't have cap space. So I think that development begins today, or yesterday rather, and get those kids those opportunities. Wenyen Gabriel should not be only getting 25 minutes. This is the night where you push that boy. Give him 38 minutes, 40 minutes. I want you to run the kids like crazy. I want them boys sweating tonight. That's how hard I would be pushing these last two games, because this is going to be basically a glorified practice. You get to run a glorified practice against an OKC team that doesn't have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander out there, that's running a bunch of G League guys. You should have a bunch of G League guys, and this should be a glorified G League matchup. because both of these teams have the same needs. They're both trying to find young talent and develop from within. And whether the Lakers know it or not, that's exactly what the mission should be. So normally when I make a pregame video, I look at all the stats, I check the injury report and all of that. But to be completely honest with you, I came on this camera thinking I was going to talk about something else and just decided last second to do the OKC L video. So I don't know who's playing tonight in terms of the injury report for the Oklahoma City Thunder, but I do know who's been balling for them, and that's pretty much everybody. Poco, a guy who I've never said his name correctly, Poco, I don't know how to say it, Pokusevski, I'm not certain how to say it, but homeboy's been putting up triple doubles. So keep an eye on this very long player. He's long, European skinny guy who can pretty much do everything. Very long. The emphasis is on his length. Arms for days. So pay attention to him. He's going to have a big game tonight against us, who doesn't play really a lot of defense. And of course, it's just an opportunity for a guy like that to really show his thing, do his thing tonight. Man is another player that they have. His first name escapes me. I think it's Terrence Mann, I believe. There's two Mans in the league, one the Clippers, one in this one. They're both very good. This one's really good too, in terms of scoring the basketball, stretching the floor. He's been putting up 30-point games here and there, big time 20-point plus games. He's just a really impactful scorer, and overall really solid young guard with a lot of slick, smooth game. So I'm very much looking forward to Mann tonight. I wish I knew his first name, but Mann. Keep an eye on the young fella. He's going to be a high usage player for their team. Robinson Earl is another player that the OKC Thunder like a lot. Like I said, I don't know the injury reports, so for all I know, some of these guys may not be playing, but I'm just going off the top of my dome because I know some of their roster. Keep an eye on Robinson Earl, big-time defensive guy, rebounding guy, 50-50 ball guy. You're going to have to keep an eye on him. He is active all the time, moving body, putting himself on people, sliding his feet, all that type of stuff. Robinson Earl is a lockdown. You have to keep an eye on him. I don't know if Lou Dort is healthy, but Lou Dort is probably one of the most underrated players in all the league, and it's simply because he's played his entire career for the OKC Thunder, who have never been good while he's been there. But this is a fantastic defensive player and a really streaky three-point shooter. Either he's going 0 for 6 or he's going 6 for 6. Sort of Marcus Smartish in that way, but he has great form, and he's going to get better and better and better. And when he's healthy, he has these nights where he'll go for 30 and 10 and 8 or something like that. He can put up really crazy numbers. He's still extremely young, and he's a part of this OKC core that I think, the more I think about their core, the more I have faith that they're building correctly. They have a really nice core. Roby, another guy that you need to pay attention to. I believe his name is Isaiah Roby. That's a real player right there. He's been breaking out over the last several games. He's had some fantasy value in the previous years as well, but kind of gets lost in the back of the bench on this with their center position. For some reason, he doesn't get consistent minutes, even though he's shown this type of upside since he's come into the league. So I'm a believer. Roby's going to be somebody who continues to get more and more minutes on this team as they have a young core that's all aligned with one another in their timeline. And I think tonight is a night where you're going to see a perfect storm for a guy like Roby. He's probably going to have a huge game because he's been really playing well for the last couple of weeks. So this is a perfect matchup for him with our limited size situation. So that's what I have off the top of my head in regards to the Oklahoma City Thunder. They have Theo Maledon, I believe that's another player who can shoot the three, nice guard. They have a lot of players that are just not in my head right now. But the main ones that I could think of were the ones that I mentioned, and they're all young. They don't necessarily know how to win, but they do stumble onto some wins, and they have beat us twice this season. The good thing is the people who ultimately make the game slow for us and are non-defensive, and the reason why we lost those games were because we had old guys who couldn't get 50-50 balls and same old small ball nonsense, garbage, superstars, halfway playing defense. All that crap is going to be removed from this game. We ain't going to have no superstars out there, I don't think, unless Bron decides to suit up just to make this win the scoring title, which I don't think is going to happen. And we're going to see a lot of effort out there. And this time, ain't going to be no Klay Thompsons out there. Ain't nobody that talented on the floor tonight. It ain't going to be no Jordan Pooles, no disrespect to anybody on the OKC Thunder, but I don't think nobody that good either. So from that standpoint, I think we have a much better chance of getting a victory tonight. I'm not banking on it. I'm not going crazy. I don't really care about the score per se. I just want to see guys continue to play well. If THT can build on last night, that'll be great. I thought that Malik Monk played fantastic last night too. He really made his presence felt defensively, particularly on a chase down block that he had last night that was spectacular. He had been struggling a little bit leading up to last night's game, so to see him snap out of that slump and really have a good game was great, and I'd like to see that continue tonight. So, in a weird way, it's like a relief now that the season has pretty much ended for us, and now these last two games, I thought going into this season, knowing that things were bad, if we missed the playoffs, I figured I'd lose interest. But now that we're here, nothing to play for, I'm actually still interested. And the reason why is because I know what the opportunity is for this team right now. It's 2 games, but it's 2 games where you can really, really, really give opportunities to guys who need them, who haven't had those opportunities, who've had their development stumped by the presence of the chaos that was 2021-2022 LA Lakers. So, valuable basketball experience. What is it? My math is bad. 100 minutes of basketball, more or less. A little short of 100 minutes of basketball. That's going to be great experience for all of our young players. And so I wish the Lakers were proactive in calling people up. This would be a great opportunity for them to pick up some guys out of the G League, send them over there. I mean, shoot, where are they at? South Bay right now? The game's in LA. Call them up. Sign them by 12, have them playing by 7:30. That's what I would do if I were running the team. You guys don't even have to be that great. Just call up anybody. Just give some people a look. You know what I mean? That's the most important thing. Give some guys some looks. And I just think the Lakers are missing the opportunity at that. I think they should have started this process about a month ago. I'm telling you, man, the fans would have been mad at me if I was running the team because I would have been on rebuild mode probably around the trade deadline. As soon as we decided not to trade to get better, I would have been shaving players off to get worse. That's it. Because what you want to do is not necessarily think along the lines of tanking, but you just want to fill your roster with players that aren't going to cost anything, but have a lot of upside and who are hungry and excited about playing basketball. That's why Wenyen Gabriel looked so great out there this season. That's why Stanley Johnson looked great out there this season. That's why we had other players like Austin Reeves playing well, because it's the guys who haven't accomplished anything. It's the guys who haven't been through the memories of having their butts kicked or winning championships and all the different things that help you understand the reality of the moment. These are just guys who want to play basketball. They're still learning the game. They're still learning the business. And honestly, they're trying to make a name for themselves. So whatever uniform they're in, they're going to show their skills because it's the beginning of their journey. So you count on that. You trust that their best interest is your best interest, and you hire those players and let them do what it is that they do, which is play basketball at a professional level. That's why I don't understand not going into the G League. It's like all these guys are pros. It's not like you're picking me up or something. You're not grabbing guys out of the YMCA. These are guys who dedicated their whole life to the craft. Have confidence that they can at least be good enough to step up to the very next level if they've gotten as good as they are. So my thing with the G League, especially understanding the game is so much better down there now, with the different teams that they have coming in, players skipping the college ranks and all that, these young guys are getting the chance to play against better talent in that G League. So most of the time they are ready to play against the big boys. They're just not getting those opportunities because people aren't thinking like me. But if they were, wouldn't be no Avery Bradleys, wouldn't be no Trevor Reeses, and guys would be retired, forced into it, and there wouldn't be nothing but youngsters coming up hungry, ready to go, getting paid $1.5 million, playing like they were 15. And that's how you get out of our situation. So, OKC Thunder got it right. They're doing that already. Most of those guys you see tonight, you ain't never heard of them, but they're going to put up big numbers. Keep an eye on Portland. Same thing. They ain't going to win, but they're going to put up big numbers. Look at Indiana. Same thing. They ain't going to win, but they got G League guys putting up big numbers. And the Lakers have a worse situation than all three of those teams arguably combined, and we only have one G League guy to represent our roster. We're just doing things incorrectly, and I want to see us get it right. But I don't think they have the right people speaking to the people who are in position to be of power. And that's why I hope somebody, anybody, discovers this individual here and sends this stuff to those people so they can get these ideas and work with them as well as whatever else they got going on in their think tank. Because they need an outside source to help them think about stuff that's just not on their mind. That's all I've been saying for about a year now. They just need somebody else. You're recycling the same thought processes, the same people, the same energy. And you know what you're going to get? The same results. Genie, please bring somebody else in to give you them ideas that you're not getting from nowhere else. That's how you're going to win your next championship. Excuse me. So, that's what I got to say. Obviously, I'm getting choked up. I've said too much. But all of it was necessary. And I believe all of it wholeheartedly. And I think the Lakers are going to be a much better team if they just accept the fact that they actually can continue to build around AD and Bron. They just can't do it in the ways that they're aware of. They got to find something else. They got to discover what it is that I'm telling you guys here. To scout the G League and just treat it like you're scooping up gold in the sand. You take a scoop of gold, you take a scoop of sand, you shake it out. Do you see any gold in there? No. And you grab another scoop. That's exactly how you handle the G League. If the kids that you grab ain't no good, you send them back to the G League and you grab a couple more. And you find that process until you get the prototypes of players that you have in your vision. See, that's another problem. A lot of times the possibility is you'll go to the G League and just try to find the best players. And of course, that makes all the sense in the world, but that's not the vision. The vision is to think up a team, a concept. Whether you want to go big and you want to put your mindset on shooting, you want to put your mindset on fast breaks, maybe you want to put your mindset on having guys who can all pass well, or guys who are dirty dogs, and you have your team be sort of like a team that only does the dirty stuff. Maybe you have a team that you want to only shoot and all these different things. Well, what you do is you scout the G League for that type of talent. You got the body types in your mind. Okay, I want a guy to be 6'8", arm length, 6'10", something like that. You find that guy in the G League. He's down there. There's a bunch of teams in the G League with a bunch of big dudes. You grab him, you call him up. You give him them opportunities. Give him a couple minutes here and there in the third quarter. Meaningful basketball against meaningful talent. He's probably going to get fouled out, probably get scored on, probably get messed up, whatever. You show him that tape in the morning, see what he did wrong. You send him out in the practice thing. You give him his reps. You put him through the reps necessary in practice to get better. Over time, you don't get frustrated when he makes mistakes in week 8 or week 9 because he's still learning. Give it time. Grab another scoop. While you're waiting on this guy, grab another scoop of them G League players. Shake it out, see if a couple are any good. You got another one, he's good. Okay, slide him over here, put him in that regiment. You got the other homie in, throw the other ones away, and keep recycling. You find 5 or 6 guys by the end of the season from that G League. 3 of them are going to be solid. 1 of them is going to be a monster. And look, you got trade value everywhere. And you didn't spend nothing. You didn't sign no vets. You didn't trade for picks. You didn't sell your soul. You didn't give away your cat, or none of that. You just went to the G League and you found what was there. That's how you do it. My name is BDL44. I guess we're talking about the Thunder. Lakers are going to beat them tonight. I'm going to call it. We're beating them tonight. We need a victory. We haven't won one in, 7 games? Tonight, we're beating the Thunder at home. That's what I'm going to say. BDL44, thank y'all for watching.